Hi there, loves. Welcome to Fifth Dimension. So for today's reading, the theme is what is beginning to bloom in your life. I'm going to pull 3 different cards and you can choose from the 3 which pile you'd like to go to. Oh, well, there's 3 cards already. So for pile number 1, we'll have a grand symphony. For pile 2, seeing beyond. And for pile 3, healing the heart. So go ahead and choose whichever image or card you most resonate with, and I will see you at your reading, loves. Hi, pile 1. If you chose the card 27, a grand symphony, then let's go ahead and get into your messages. So the theme of the reading is what is blossoming in your life. And honestly, right now I feel like it's your energy. Just with the first card out, I feel like your energy is definitely becoming much more stronger, but I feel like you are in the process of feeling the need to share it with others. And I feel like whatever this is, however this resonates with you, your energy just feels really uplifting. Pile number 1. Okie doke. Let me put these away. Okay. So your cards, pile number 1, are 43, man holding a coin. Wait. Card number 13, the crow. You have card 43, manage to be glad. Create your own happiness regardless of the conditions. Sorry. I know there's a lot of reflective. Then we have 27, painting the roses red, covering up errors. You have card 38, the mystical shaman. Card 15, a powerful move. And the card of air with imagination. I feel like there's something that you have figured out. It feels very like tactical. It feels very strategic. It feels like something's been unlocked. Could be knowledge, could be some sort of barrier, something that you had that was preventing you from getting beyond something. And I feel like there is whatever it is that you have unlocked is allowing you to experience something differently. And I'm not sure if this is something that you have been waiting on it blowing up or reaping what was sown. So like getting your return for something put in. And this could be like accomplishments, completing something, and then therefore getting either like a license, a degree, something like that. It feels like that you passed the finish line, and And what's blossoming for you is just, it feels just so lighthearted. It feels free. It feels like a lot of your energy that may have been held up is a lot free. And it feels like the energy that you are, from this point on, putting in brings results. Like it's no longer putting in energy and not really seeing, just having to go based off of blind trust, but not really actually physically seeing results or appreciation or achievement or something like that. But what's blossoming for you is instant return. So like I said, it feels like there's something that you've unlocked that now putting energy into is now bringing instant feedback or whatever. I could say all the words again, but you know what I mean. Like there's something that you are gaining, and in some cases it's material. In some cases it's just like information that feels gratifying to have bestowed upon you, if it will. And it feels like there's movement. There's movement that you are either in the process of beginning to experience positive movement, right? Positive movement towards goals, positive movement towards happiness. In some cases, very, broad but it feels like a fresh start. It feels like a different way of being. It feels very intentional and powerful. Like there's power behind this. And the reason why I say that is it's where there may have been places you put your energy into previously that didn't make you feel I don't know what the exact word is. I was thinking worthy, but it's not necessarily worthy. It could be maybe not feeling worthy in all of what you were putting into, but that's different now. It just feels like that's no longer something you have to experience. Now it's like everything you put in is seen. You are seen. And that could just be it. That could be what's blossoming for you, is putting yourself out there and sharing yourself in the energy and being seen for who you actually are. Whereas previously, that may have been like confused and misunderstanding on what your intentions are, what you're about, what it is that you stand for, who it is that you are, being misunderstood, but now feeling very seen, very clear, very appreciated. And I feel like in some cases this is like feeling supported. Like it's not just you by yourself on an island. It feels like there's support, recognition, yeah, all of those things. All right, so I feel like that was very straightforward for a reading. I do want to pull some additional tarot just to see what's up. All right, pile number 1. What is currently blossoming for pile number 1? Okay. So the one that showed itself first is the 10 of Wands. Then we have, is this the moon? I always confuse. Hold on. I'll find out right now. I don't know. We have the Chariot. I recognize the Chariot. And then we have the Sun. Okay, so a lot of major arcana. Let me check really quick what that is. Okay, so yes, she is the moon. So you have the Sun, the moon, the Chariot, movement. Again, like I said, these both are giving the energy of having movement, seeing swift return in whatever you put out. I feel like this all just like gives an added like a validation on the energy that I was picking up. Like I said, like feeling like this experience is ending for you. Like feeling the burden of putting in so much energy and not having a return from it, or not feeling like, again, like you could release it. Remember I said there was an energy of feeling free, of having flow. But it's also having the energy of strong balance in the way that you internally are proceeding with this energy, but then also the decisions that you make, the perspective that you have. Like I said, everything being very intentional. It's just like being in very strong balance within your internal needs and having that reflected externally in the decisions that you make, the steps that you take. You know what I mean? So what's blossoming for you is strength to move forward, flow in the steps you take. It's like the steps that you take now have stride to them. And like, again, I said, there's like support, like uplifting you and supporting you all along this next phase in your journey. So it just feels very like appreciated. And I don't know, again, it's just like I keep on getting like people cheering you on, people like having your back, all of that good stuff. I wish I knew what this was. I just keep getting like little random visions. Like right now I just saw like somebody finishing a marathon and people being like, yeah, patting you on the back and saying, hell yeah, like you just did that, like good for you. But then I also saw like shaking hands. You know what I mean? Like for like a graduation, like people being like, hell yeah, you did this. But I don't know. If you feel comfortable sharing, please let me know what this is for you. That you are now receiving support and appreciation in. Alright, so let's close off your reading, pile number 1. Some additional cards. Just as an add-on for these messages. Additional messages. Pile number 1. One more, please. Additional messages for pile number 1. Just one. And the last deck. Okay, I'll do that. Alright, so your messages, pile number 1. You have the dove spirit, be peace. You have the swan spirit, time for a deep dive. You have ant spirit, time to collaborate. I feel like this deep dive feels like if things become too overwhelming with you feeling pressure on yourself, to go within and really just like anchor that energy to be able to be like, okay, this is what I'm going to do next. This is how I approach this next step, okay? In case things become a bit too overwhelming. Just only take that if it resonates. Then we have the card of compassion. Be gentle with yourself. Forgiveness will set you free. See the light in yourself and others. We have back to what you love. Reevaluate your desires. Yes, that's what it was giving me. Like return to yourself and reevaluate if feeling at any time overwhelmed or unsure. And then we have love who you are. You are divine, delightful, and deserving of the wonderful things that life has to offer. Yes. Enjoy that shine. Then we have consider your foundation. Look at how committed you are to love. And again, only take these additional messages as they resonate. I'll just leave them open to interpretation. That's what I got for you, pile number 1. Thanks for watching. Until we vibe again. Hi, pile number 2. If you chose card 36 with Seen Beyond, let's go ahead and get into your reading of what is currently blossoming for you. So just to start off with first interpretations, I am going to say that the energy is giving laser focused on the prize. There is something that you are really hyper fixated and focused on, and I don't mean in a negative way. I just mean like you've got your eye on something that you are trying to either pursue, achieve, experience, however that applies. But it's also giving like a level of like self-mastery as far as what's blossoming for you. Okay, I feel like this era of you really putting this laser focus on something coincides with having some sort of self-mastery on something. So let's go ahead and see what messages we have for you. I've already shuffled the deck, so I am just going to pull from each one. You are welcome to click on over to the point of the reading. Sorry, I drew a blank. Pile number 2. What is blossoming for pile number 2? Okay, let's do it. No, we'll keep that one because it flipped. One more, please. What's blossoming for pile number 2? Okay. I feel like you're like really in your lane right now. Like you may not even be like hanging out with people or talking about what you're laser focused on. Like, I don't have time. I'm in my own world. I'm doing my own thing. I'm over here creating my own universe. Sometimes I close my eyes when I'm shuffling or reading energy. Like I'll just glance at the cards and then close my eyes and then interpret. So I do the same when I'm shuffling sometimes. And in this case, I had my eyes closed for a minute and then I opened them and I'm like looking at it, thinking to myself, like, what is it you're so laser focused on, huh? And the vibe was, none of your business. I'm busy over here. So that may be just, you know, take that if it resonates, but FYI, that may be the energy you're giving off at the moment. But to each their own, you know what I mean? I can say I can definitely resonate with that. Showed itself, the chalice with fulfillment. So that may be the driving force. What's fueling this laser focus is your own self-fulfillment, okay? All right. Then we have the Magician and the Mirror, card 53. Card number 25 with Deceit. We have Broken Open, card 28. Card 57, the Time Master. Yes. Remember I was saying self-mastery? And then over here I was getting self-fulfillment. So there's something that you are really putting to the test. I see like scrolls. So like things that you're like tapping into from past times, information, studying it, applying it, and then having your like set of results, and then okay, back to the drawing board. This time we'll adjust this, adjust the formula, try it this way. And there's like feels like a scientific method going on here. Like there is some trial and error going on. All right, anyways, I'll continue. We have card number 10 with the corn. Absolutely, that coincides with the energy of fulfillment. There's something that you are attempting in real time to grow for yourself that is so big, but there's a lot of like trust and belief in that, okay? We have card number 19. Who in the world are you? I have never gotten this card. I don't believe in all of the time of having this deck and doing readings. I don't think I've ever gotten this card. It says getting to know the new you. She's a little cutie. She's like, what in the hell am I discovering about this egg? All right. And then we have, oh my goodness, I love that. It says, forget who you are. Conditioning falls away. Memory no longer defines you. Forget who you are and who in the world are you. It's like leaving the old version behind and then creating the new, full-blown in the magician energy. And to anchor off your reading, we have wand with intention, the actions that you are currently putting, and I feel like this is self. Whatever this is about, like what's blossoming for you is something within you, something that you are doing for you and only you. But then it ripples out into aspects of your life. Like you are anchoring this down in order for those other aspects to revive, almost, is sort of what it's giving, okay? So what's blossoming for you is very it's giving independent, a single independent woman. I don't need no, yeah, it's giving that like really like it's an energy. I don't mean it in the literal. I mean it as an energy in the way that there's no like the doubt of yourself has fallen away, and any like smallness that you may have previously perceived of yourself to be true is broken away. And it just feels like, oh, like, okay, let me give you baby bird example. Like baby bird realizes, hey, like I'm a bird and I can fly. And he's just like, oh, so I don't just have to walk around and pitter patter on my little feet. I can just go. Like I don't have to like follow the rules of walking right, left, right, left. And it's just like this, like, whoa. So then if that's true, then what, the potentials are unlimited. You know what I mean? It sort of feels like there's something that you have acknowledged, learned, or just seen through you reflecting on where you are and what you've been through, where you've come from, the things that you've experienced. It just feels like you are recognizing the reality, like, oh, I actually can do these things that I didn't know previously that I could do. Limits break away, chains fall loose. That's what feels is broken open. The false version that you were convinced by the outside world and whatever aspect that may be for you, external, putting this image of you that you then felt was wrong. It feels like you felt it was wrong the entire time, but didn't know how to perceive the truth. But now that you have, now that you can allow the conditioning to fall away, recognizing that whatever it is that you believed about yourself in the past no longer defines you. And while that in itself is empowering, there's just something that you've really discovered in yourself. Like I said, you're doing something in trial and error. And regardless, it's not like, it's not like you're allowing it to define you, because I feel like there's this acknowledgement, like, you know what, like, even if I don't currently have a grasp or a strong hold or have whatever it is that I'm trying to get or grow into, even though it's not in specific grasp, like, there's no limit to me being able to get there. I know that if I just continue taking steps, that I am very well and capable of having, of receiving. It just feels like receiving, of having everything that you want to blossom for you actually blossom for you. You're in, again, I'm going to say, like, all this energy is giving laser focused. Changing realities for yourself, not accepting. Even if I don't currently have it right now, I do not accept that I cannot have it. I do not accept because this is this way, this is what will always be, this is all that I'm worth having. I accept, however, that I am powerful. I have self-mastery. I am able to shift my perspective on how I perceive who I am, how it is that I go about making decisions in my life, and how I move forward with whatever it is that I currently have as my life circumstances. Being able to shift that perception. You're just like, no, whatever's on the outside doesn't matter. All I see is abundance. All I see is fulfillment. All I see is peace, freedom, opportunity, creation. That's all I see. It's like blocking out everything else. Like you are creating. You are being the creator of your reality, and it's a beautiful thing to see. Pile number 2. Love the energy. Let's go ahead and get some tarot cards for it. Look at what we have. The beautiful Empress, which is the energy that I just described about having, about receiving, about the knowing, the accepting of your worth and your power, and that you are the one that decides what that is, not anything outside of you. I love this. We have the 9 of Swords. Clarify the 9 of Swords, please. Clarify the 9 of Swords. This is pile number 2. It feels like a message about holding steady in the stream, whatever that means. Is that a thing? Holding steady in the stream. Stay in the energy of fulfillment. Stay in the energy of flow. Stay in the energy of abundance. Do not allow yourself to go in this for too long, okay? When the fears, the doubts creep up, stay in, what did I say? Something about the stream? Whatever it is that I said. Do that. Alright, messages for pile number 2 about what is currently blossoming for them. Any other messages? Pile number 2. What is currently blossoming for them? Sort of giving like anything you want. Anything you want to blossom for you, that's what's blossoming for you. We have the Judgment, the End, the reckoning of a different reality. It feels also like the energy of the shedding. And so while I am picking up on all this beautiful, bright energy, it feels like it's like fighting against the forces of heavy, feels like stormy. Like you're over here with a little patch of a sunbeam in beautiful grass, playing with a butterfly and planting a plant in fertile soil. But beyond that sunbeam that you are standing in, there's wind, there's storm, there's chaos. That is what you are fighting against. Maybe that's perhaps why that energy that I was picking up about, like shutting out and being like laser focused and being like, don't worry about what I'm doing over here. I just gotta stay focused. Clarify this. Yeah, absolutely. You gotta be able to shut it out. And I feel like maybe that's what it is. Remember I said something about self-mastery. Perhaps this is what you've gained self-mastery on, is not allowing the outside to swirl you, to condition you, to decide for you. You are the one. You hold the power. You hold the wand. You hold the stick. You hold the intention of the direction of your focus, your beliefs about yourself and what you're capable of. Nothing else decides that. So as long as you continue to put that intention and put that energy directed with the intent and the belief that you are absolutely worthy of receiving and that you can. Not only that you can, but that you are. You are creating whatever it is that you want for yourself. Anything that equates to fulfillment for you. You know what I mean? All right, so I love that. I love it for you, pile number 2. You are a very powerful wizard. Let's go ahead and get additional cards to close your reading off. Yeah, even Chloe, she gave it a little shake for you. Messages for pile number 2. Alright. Chloe. Y'all, Chloe just had her 13th birthday yesterday. Yeah. She had a pup cup in the morning when I went for my coffee, and then later in the evening, I got her a little chicken. I got her some chicken legs from the church's chicken. So she enjoyed her 13th birthday. I also gave her a haircut. But yeah, just so you know, we're over here celebrating life. With a pup cup and some chicken. Alright. Enough of my nonsense. We have card 67 with the wolf spirit. Turn knowledge into wisdom. Yes. Yes, exactly. We have card 29, giraffe spirit. See the big picture. Again, that's giving laser focus. Exactly what I was saying. Circumstances are not convincing you of what it is that you can have. You're not allowing it to limit you anymore. Then we have prosperity. A gift of money is on its way. Your income is increasing. Manage your finances with love. Yes, I love that for you. Goddess, honor your divine feminine energy. See your inner beauty. Love every part of you. It's the same energy as the Empress over here, okay? So having a lot of gratitude for yourself, which I feel like you are doing. You are giving yourself some self-love. You are making sure you self-talk to yourself. It's showing up. We have card number 5, simple acts of kindness. Kindness energizes you and brings happiness to those around you. Yes, this is also your energy. Then we have card 21, choose love. You always have choice. Make yours with love. Again, that's like the cherry on top of all this beautiful energy. I feel like you are floating in the energy of self-love currently. You're shedding, and it's very powerful. You're shedding the parts of you that didn't feel loved, even by yourself. The parts of you that you would like shame and try to like. And now I feel like you've just accepted yourself all and everything. You've understood because you've done so much deep dives. And there's just like this really strong understanding that you are somebody so beautiful and so completely different from that which outside life conditioned you to believe. And you have like full awareness of this now, so you're just like seeing everything differently, and then like shifting, you're like revising everything on how you perceive and move forward in life. And I love that for you, pile number 2. Until we vibe again, loves. Hi, pile number 3. If you chose card 23 with healing the heart, let's go ahead and get into your reading about what is currently blossoming for you. So I've already shuffled everything. I'm going to go ahead and pull from all of these decks. But I do want to say really quickly that first impressions is, it feels like something that happens spontaneously without you recognizing. Some aspect of you in which you are able to connect with or communicate, share some type of vulnerability. And in doing this unintentionally, it almost feels like allows for some healing to begin to, it almost feels like rapid healing taking place. But again, I feel like it's something that's unintentional that ends up happening just organically and what feels like spontaneously. So let's go ahead and see what we get for you in your reading. Again, only take that if it resonates. I just talk. It's for you to decide what's yours or not. I'm gonna flip these just so you can see them. Pile number 3 is currently blossomed for pile number 3. Pile number 3, last deck. It's blossoming for pile number 3. It's currently blossoming for pile number 3. One more. Thank you. Okay. Alright. So actually, let me show the ones that flip themselves. I think I flipped some backwards, but main one, Earthkeeper, card number 18. Sorry. I can't tell if it's in focus or not. Then you have card 21, The Right Way, learning to create what you desire. We have card 37 with the Moon. We have card 23, All Tied Up. We have card 21 with Strategy. Card 38 with Endless Possibilities. Card 32, Quieting the Mind. I think this one had flipped itself too. We have the Athame, I think that's how it's pronounced, with the message of boundaries. We have Curiouser and Curiouser, discovery, inquiry, weirdness, curiosity. We have the High Priestess or the High Priest with responsibility. This feels very deep. Like it doesn't, what's blossoming for you is not like targeted in one specific thing. If you resonated with a message of some like spontaneous vulnerability that's kind of like shifted things for you somehow, then it almost feels like it kickstarts. I can't think of the word. Like, almost like a checks and balances. Almost like laying out like your life, your thoughts, your needs, where you're at, where you want to be, where you've come from, all of those. It just feels like an analysis. Yeah, because it feels a little chaotic. It feels like coming to a place of giving yourself permission to like really reflect on what is it that you want? What is it that you need? What is it that you feel is for purpose? It almost feels like deep philosophical pondering. But just about like really, really trying to put a grasp on like if there's meaning to all of this, where can I find some common ground with the experience? So it almost feels like it's igniting like a sense of, I don't know what the proper word is. It just feels like there's some like delving into and I don't know, just stuff happening within you, questions being asked, perspectives being questioned. But it also coincides with like, okay, that's where I'm coming from. But then there's like this strong like desire to create some sort of change in how things progress from, not progress, but how things go on from this point forward. But there may be some aspect of you that feels like there's not some progress happening. Only take that if it resonates, but it feels like, okay, like creating a strategy, a plan. What is it that, knowing what I know, what is it that I want moving forward? What is it that I feel inclined, encouraged? What's the other word I'm looking for? Inspired. That's the word that I'm looking for. What is it that I feel inspired? I feel like that's a strong focal point for you. What do I feel inspired to do? And then like questioning where that is coming from, I feel like is happening. But I feel like these are good things. These are like whatever's in process is like brewing plans. It's brewing plans, but it's also breaking you free of any. Oh, yeah, it's right here. Sorry, I had my eyes closed. When I mentioned something about maybe not feeling like there's progress, there may be an energy of like some perspective on something that you were experiencing where you feel like this stuck energy where there's no movement. But I feel like that's changing with the moon energy here, the shifting of the phases. Like as time is passing, as the phases are moving in your life, you know what I mean? And this changes perception. And I feel like you're taking responsibility for a lot of things that maybe there hadn't been some sort of acceptance to. If it may be like pondering about your life and like, why is it that A, B, or C? You know what I mean? Whatever it is that you question about where you currently are in life, I feel like there's a strong sense of responsibility that you've accepted on that. But also, like, this acceptance of it kind of empowers you to move forward from a place of, again, I think there's like, maybe there was a sense of like it was the wrong, like there was actions that you were taking or movement or a direction in life that you had put a lot of energy, focus, intent, love into, and it didn't work out, didn't turn out, didn't accomplish, didn't feel like you ever got to where that was supposed to lead you. However, it feels like you feel very empowered because perhaps whatever was guiding you in that direction was coming from the wrong place. It was coming from something that was not purely your intention for what you wanted for yourself, if that makes sense. And I feel like where you go from now comes from an understanding, from a knowing of who you are and what you want and what you need in some cases. And I feel like this allows you to move forward from an empowered place, from pure intention, towards whatever comes next. I do want to get some tarot cards. I feel like I just stumbled around that whole reading, so I apologize if it's not very specific. I just feel like I can't like pinpoint. It just feels like there's a lot going on. Versus pile 1 and 2, we're getting very specific energies. This just feels like this is profound. It feels big. Big life things happening for you. Okay. So it showed itself, the Two of Cups. This feeling of, again, it's giving the feeling from the beginning of like that soft vulnerability, but it's the energy of healing, you know what I mean? The energy of feeling supported and nourished and connected and appreciated. It's that which builds trust and foundation somehow. So it could be external, something external of you that's lying, but it could be within you, just internal energy. In other words, to be more specific, it could be an outside person or persons that are creating unexpectedly, you know, this shift in you, or it could just be something within you that you're nourishing that is in turn creating this change. All right. We have the Five of Wands. We have the Seven of Wands. And then we have the Seven of Cups. So yeah, it does feel like there's a lot of scattered energy. Oh, it's a little bit chaotic, pile number 3, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like you have a lot of responsibilities, but you also have a lot of projectedness on you. If that's not a word, I apologize. But what I mean by that is just like there's a lot of outside influence putting pressure on you at any given time towards all different directions. So it's a lot of static inside your energy. And it feels like there's a part of you, which again, maybe internal, external, like that's in spite of all of that, like nourishing or like giving you a soft space, if that makes sense. So how does this connect with your reading? Let me think. If the message is, or the theme is, what is blossoming for you, then I would say the main thing that I would take as far as what is blossoming for you is a safe space. A safe space either within you alone or external to you, to where you feel that you can be safe to express and collaborate and strategize and grow and share vulnerabilities and share whatever, you know what I mean? And it sort of like allows you a place to really reconfigure whatever it is, versus the outside, which can feel very just staticky. I don't like it. I rebuke the static in your energy. All right, let me get you some additional messages. Hopefully they're cute and lighthearted. None of this heavy, staticky energy. All right, let me get the other two decks. Pile number 3, additional messages. No, not all of those. Let's take that one, that one. Oh, I guess another one came out over here. All right, we'll take those. All right, so your additional messages, pile number 3, we have the card of patience. Pause before you take action. Trust the divine timing is at work. Be patient and play whilst you wait. I love that. Then we have the energy of dance. Move your body to music. Dance with the rhythm of life. Manifest your dreams through dance. That's actually really good advice. Because actually, if everything is energy and you haven't moved around, it might shift some things out for you. So, might as well, right? Right here it said be patient and play whilst you wait. Might as well dance. Anyways, we have dolphin spirit. This and that are true. Also, the energy of dance. Just kidding. We have sorry, the background subliminals went to add, so I stopped it. Anyways, you have card 35 with koala spirit. Spirit has a plan. So again, that's something where you may feel delayed energy, just trusting the flow and be patient with it, okay? We have card number 9 with brown bear. Brown bear spirit, take time out. And then we have card 14, ask for help. What do you really need? Be willing to accept support. Yeah, I strongly feel that. I strongly feel like maybe if that's the vulnerable aspect, is what's blossoming for you is support becoming available as you put yourself in a place of vulnerability enough to seek support outside of you, okay? Yeah, I feel like whatever is blossoming for you, pile number 3, is something that is it's like a soft spot, something that is healing a soft spot or empowering a soft spot, creating a protective space for that, okay? That then is allowing you to just enjoy wherever it is that you are currently, because I feel like if you're trying to manifest or reach some sort of goal, there may be what feels like delays, blockages, stagnation, whatever that is, however that applies for you, it's coming out in the energy. But just understand that the more that you can put yourself into a place of being in this energy of wherever it is that you are and outside circumstances, trusting and understanding that everything is in a constant state of change. And so just, accepting that and being playful while you wait for things to figure themselves out or to take, a real, like a launch, like movement to begin, whatever that is. Anyways, I'm going to stop rambling. I usually do these readings midday, but circumstances did not allow me to do that. So here I am at night and I am sleepy. That's what I got for you, pile number 3. I hope these messages resonated. If they did, please let me know in the comments. I appreciate you. Until we rub again, loves.